Morning student, again I am your teacher here with the chapter how do organisms reproduce. So in the previous topic we have discussed about the male reproductive organ, but today we will discuss about the female reproductive organs. So in the female reproductive organ produces sex hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. This is produced by the ovary. Ovary produces the egg known by the ova. After that, it support and protect the developing embryo and give birth to the new baby. So what happens here? The ovary is there, one ovary produces ova is there, then the fallopian tube is there and uterus is there. So all these organs combine together and form the female reproductive system. First we will discuss about the ovary, also known as the female gonads, as it produces the female gamete. Ova, they produces egg. Every female is born with a lifetime supply of egg, means thousands of immature eggs are present in the ovary of a female. So as during the puberty time the eggs get matured and it is released, one egg is released or the ovum is released in 1 month, and this is done by the alternate ovaries. So this you can understand that if this ovary has released the egg in the month of September, then the next ovary will release the ovum in the month of October. After that, in the next month, again the September month means the next ovary will release the egg in November. So in every alternate month the ovum is fallopian tube. So this is received by the fallopian tube. Here you can see that this is the ovary. Ovary releases ovum. Ovum is really very a single cell, and this is received by the fallopian tube. This is the fallopian tube. You can see this is the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube where the ovary is received. Okay, and this is the uterus. This is the uterus part where the fertilized egg will be received and then the development of the egg will be done. So in the previous one I had shown you the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube stretch from the uterus to the ovary and measure about 8 to 13 centimeter in the length. The end of the fallopian tube lies next to the ovary, feather into ends called fimbria. That finger-like structure was there from where the ovum is received. Million of tiny hair structure like cilia line in fimbria and interior of the fallopian tube, which helps in the smooth movement of ovum from the ovary to the fallopian tube properly. The cilia beat in the waves 100 of times a second, catching the eggs at ovulation and move it through the tube to the uterine cavity. As I told you, with this only it moves. Fertilization typically occurs in the fallopian tube. So fallopian tube is the place of fertilization. So here you can see this. Here it is clearly visible that the egg is released by the ovary. This is the ovum released by the ovary and it is received by the fimbria. So these are the fimbria, this finger-like structure present in the ovary. Alright. So these are the fimbria present, and after that in the fallopian tube there is lots of cilia which will beat the egg and take it to the fallopian tube, in the mid of the fallopian tube where the fertilization will takes place. After fertilization, what will happen? This egg, when it got fertilized, that means it will get converted to the zygote and that it will be getting implanted, attached to the uterus, which is known as implantation. So implantation of fertilized egg into the endometrium, that means the inner wall of the uterus will takes place. Now about the uterus, the main body consists of firm outer coat of the muscles and inner lining of the vascular granular material, that is endometrium. The endometrium thickens during the menstruation cycle and allow implantation of a fertilized egg. So what happens whenever there is release of egg, then the uterus starts preparing itself to receive the fertilized egg. So during that time, what the uterus start becoming thick. So it starts becoming thick so that it can receive the zygote. Okay, it can receive the zygote and implantation can be done. So what will happen if the egg fertilized, then the implantation will be done. If not, then what will happen, this endometrium wall will start breaking down and it will come out of the body in the form of blood. So the endometrium thickens during the menstruation cycle to allow implantation of fertilized egg. Pregnancy occurs when the fertilized egg implants successfully into the endometrial lining, that means in the uterus, and the time period from the day of implant, means from the day of fertilization till the birth, it is termed as gestation period. So this is all for today. In the next video we will discuss about the further topics.